Mm,
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much. I know it's a little bit later than we normally are on, but that's okay. We're here. You're here. Listen, go ahead and share the broadcast. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Looking forward to our conversation tonight. As you can see, we got a little bit of a different background and we are ready to have a conversation, a new conversation. So this week is Black Girl Coins. And so we're excited. You can go to www.blackgirlcoins with an S.com, blackgirlcoins with an S.com. Go ahead, register. We're going to be having conversations throughout the week. And we're gonna piggyback on what they do at the 9 o'clock hour. But we're excited to be here. Looking forward to you joining us and you inviting someone to this conversation. So go ahead, share the broadcast, and we will get it started in just a moment. But I am Tisha Marie Johnson, your relationship coach. Listen, I'm helping you manifest true and lasting love. If you are looking to manifest the right man, ladies, then you might want to get with me. Nonetheless, I'm excited to be here. Looking forward to the time that we're going to share together. Got one of my sisters with me. The other one, she working hard. She up under the computer or up under the bed. I don't know which one, but she's not here with us tonight, this morning. But it's all good. So, Stephanie, go ahead, tell the people who you are. I'm gonna share this broadcast myself.
okay, I'm a little mad at my sister right now, y'all. I was running my mouth when she hit go live. So, hey, y'all.
They
Hey,
didn't
I'm
hear you.
Stephanie Lane. Huh?
I said they didn't hear you.
I'm Stephanie Lane with the Career Women Collaborative, where career women hire me to help them get the position that they earn, to get all the coins, since we're talking about coins, get all the coins that they deserve, as well as level up. And get that next or new career. So we do all things career women like. So again, not only should we be sharing out this broadcast right now, but y'all need to make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you're notified, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, Periscope. People, you guys know what it do. You pop the little head on the person and make sure you turn the notifications on so that when we come on live, you know we're here. Again, thank you for rocking with us. Y'all been with us for quite some time. We really, really appreciate your time for being here. And of course, we're always going to drop some nuggets, but I'm going to be rude. I'm going to let T. Marie kick us off. I'm going to our bestie and see if she's up. I'm going to bother her, see if she's going to pop in right here because she really needs to be here. She is the money mindset queen. She really needs to be here with us. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, ladies and gents, but ladies, where are you? Where are you showing up? I'm gonna drop some statistics to y'all. Y'all gonna be like, if you've not heard, if you don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, when I discovered this data, my stomach, I mean, just dropped, just fell out. It just is gone. And it makes me nauseous every time I think about women and wealth and just Black wealth in general and what is happening in the community. And let's like be honest. We generally, and I'm speaking in generalizations, do not sit around the table talking about wealth building strategies. We just don't because we haven't had it. You only talk about or discuss things that you are part of, that you grew up with, that you did have, right? So, yeah, you might talk about church and things that happened at the church. You might talk about things that happen in the community, at the park, at the skating rink, at the whatever that you are experiencing in your life. And so, if wealth is not part of your experience, that's just not something that you just say, oh, okay, guys, we're going to sit down at the table and we're going to have this discussion. Because where do you begin? What do you know? How do you figure this out? And that's why it's so important, like right now, with this pandemic, through these protests that it's even more important that we're sitting down having these kinds of conversations at the table. You need to be teaching your young people. We need to be reaching back and making sure that we're talking about strategies, talking about bringing in wealth in some form or fashion. We need to talk about holding our money and not stop letting it go pass through our hands. Guys, pennies add up. If you don't believe me, y'all, if y'all had a parent like I do that lived through depression, and how much you find monies and pennies and coins and paper folds under doilies, under this and that and the other, guys, that stuff starts adding up, and it's unbelievable the amount of money that you have. And that's why it's good. We don't do this, and I don't hear this a lot, that we teach our young people as they're growing up to put their pennies in the piggy bank. I don't hear anybody talking about piggy banks anymore. I mean, that's savings 101 at the earliest stage. And it's the best way to start, at least get a start in showing young people how to save their money. But then we have to take it to the next level, right? Not only how to save that money, but then what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with that money? What does it say? And there's all kinds of books, of whether you believe in the word, the Bible, whether you believe in the principles of wealth. You know, if you've read the book, I'm going to give you guys another nugget here, The Last Man in Babylon. When I tell you it gives you strategies, and those strategies are eerily connected to the eerily connected to the Bible, you guys, you're like, whoa. If you have not read The Last Man of Babylon, go get it. It gives you wealth strategy. It tells you what to do with your monies, but it's such a good read. I mean, this is a book that you would read. If you're a quick reader, you'll read it really quick, but it'll be something that you would want to read every month, because you'll find other little details that you might have missed the first time through. But it tells you exactly what to do with your money, how to handle your money, and it tells you in such a story form that it's engaging. It makes you keep wanting to read, like, wow, this is fascinating. So I encourage you to go get that, read it, understand it, and then start teaching people around you. Just start asking questions. That's a good start. Ask questions about how to build wealth. How do you create residual income? How do you create that wealth that when you sleep, it's still making money for you? Those are kinds of things that I would be curious about and try to seek out some answers for. Now, that doesn't mean you go run out trying to do this, that, and the other, because you can go do a whole lot of mess and get a whole lot of nothing. But it doesn't hurt to start researching what are wealth building strategies and what does that look like? How can you start off of nothing? Because believe it or not, many of the new millionaires right now are people who started with $0. They're not coming from wealthy families. They're not coming from people who already had a come up because their uncle or their grandfather was some famous person that passed the money down, or that somebody died and they had saved all their money because they were so frugal. And so then they've gotten this inheritance. It's not that kind of. The new rich is those people who really figured some things out, who started from ground zero and then started figuring out these wealth strategies at these 1%ers, these 5%ers. If you haven't even heard that terminology, go Google it. Guys, go Google, see what that means, and see what they have done and mimicked what they've done, and then they've come out on top. So I said I wasn't going to start, T, because I was going to make a phone call, but I had to get that off my chest because I just started thinking there's certain things that we should be talking about that we don't, because we just don't know how. If I'm not building wealth, if I have wealth, why would I even talk about it? Why would I even think it's a possibility, right? But this day has changed, guys. If you're not watching what's happening in the news, if you're not paying attention, God, and that's another thing. Y'all need to stop watching trash TV. I call it trash TV because sometimes I just take my mind off of things. I do. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to tell myself right now, one of my favorites is Paternity Court. You Are the Father. I just it takes my mind off of the real stuff that I'm dealing with every day. I don't watch it all the time, but every now and again, I'll pop it on just so I can get a good laugh or I can get a good surprise, like, oh my God, oh my God. Um, or sometimes I cry. I do cry sometimes with the people because sometimes it's a shame. However, um, you need to start tuning into channels that talk about wealth, that talk about stock market, that talk, I mean, so you can hear the language because you have to tune your ear. If you're not paying attention to the language of the people or the language of wealth, then you're really going to be lost. And there's so many things. I mean, the gold bars. Do you even know what gold and silver? Do you even know that you can go purchase that? Like right now, there are stores, there are places where you can go purchase gold bars, silver bars. Did you know? Some people don't know that. Some people don't know that exists. Some people, you mentioned Bitcoin. Oh, that's hoodoo voodoo stuff. But guess what? Bitcoin is here and it's here to stay. They even have ATMs. They even have credit cards. Guess what? I have one. Hey, Beth. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. I have one myself. These are things that you need to know and know what to do. And it doesn't mean you go out again and go out and try to get everything and try to buy everything and try to do everything. Is that you need to do your homework, you need to research, but there are ways, and we're going to be talking about ways that you can start to build wealth, to go get your coins. And we're going to talk about that. T. Marie?
Yes, ma'am. I just let you roll because I know, you make it do what it do. It's all right. So, again, welcome you guys. Go ahead and share the broadcast if you have not already done so. And so, this week we are talking about Black Girl Coins, and of course, we got some goodies coming up for you. So, stay tuned. But go to www.blackgirlcoins.com so you can register. Stay in the know, stay in the loop so you can get the information about the conversations that we're having. And if you want to get the information for the 9 p.m. Central Standard Time broadcast, you definitely want to make sure that you go to that link. But yes, we are having a different conversation about Black women and their wealth because, and yeah, we do need CJ because this is just her alley. But listen, her expertise is in finance, but don't get it twisted. Me and Stephanie, we know a little bit of something. We have to, as we are growing our businesses. And of course, our coach, shout out to Coach Danielle. Woo, woo, woo. Look, if y'all say, join us, coach, she might come one midnight. She like, nah. But before we get off, she probably will be up and working. That's just how hard she works, and that is just her work ethic. But having a different conversation because we're going to be one of the millionaires that she creates. Now you might say, I don't want to make $1 million. Okay, and that's fine, but come on over here and make more than your heart ever dreamed of and imagined. Your goal doesn't have to be $1 million. If you make an extra $50,000, if you make an extra $125,000, and listen, let me tell you, I know for some people you're not gonna get it. But believe me when I say $200,000 is not a lot of money. I know that's just like blowing somebody's mind. Oh my God, if I had $20,000, yes, but how fast, based on the current needs that you have, or some of the things that you want to do in your life and the lives of people around you, how far could $20,000 take you? In the big scheme of things, $200,000 is not a lot of money. Now, you have to have had $200,000 to know that that's not a lot of money, right? Take it from me. It's not a lot of money, especially, here's the key, if you don't know what to do with it. if you don't know how to spend it, if you don't know how to invest it, if you don't know the things to spend it on. You know, a lot of times, and one of the reasons why we're having this conversation is because the women, we're the ones pretty much that take care of the family. So we're the consumers. We're the major consumers in the Black community. That ain't no number to snuff at. It's trillions of dollars each year. So who's broke? The real question is, why are we broke? So that's the gist of the conversation that we're having this week. Why are we broke? Well, everybody's not broke. Absolutely. But let's have a conversation so we can have more people who don't fit into that category anymore. If you're living below poverty level, I don't know. You might want to, as Stephanie said, because these things aren't talked about, you might want to put yourself in a different environment where you're listening. Do you ever turn to the financial channels? I know you flipping to, see, I call it non-reality TV. uh do you ever just flip to CNBC, or watch some of the guys that come on and talk about finance? Watch Susie Orman. Listen, you don't have to have cable. Go to PBS. Watch Susie Orman. What is she talking about your money? There's plenty of information available, but we gotta do better with our time and our resources. One of the things, and it's a sad saying, if you want to hide something, put it in a book. Because a lot of us really are not reading the things that we should be reading. Now I'm surrounded by books. I can't even stretch my hands all the way out and not touch books. But I'm working so hard. I'm like, I got books to read. When am I gonna get to my books? But it's a desire. It's always been a passion. I've loved books for all of my life. And only as I got older did I change the books that I've been reading. And yes, I have, if you could see the shelf behind me, I have probably a shelf full of books on money, whether that's from a biblical standpoint or from a natural standpoint. Listen, it takes money to make the world operate. Like I said the other night, I can't call the electric company and be like, yeah, I sure am cute. Can you see my cuteness? No, they can't see my cuteness. And it wouldn't matter if they could. We run us some coins is what they're like. Ms. Johnson, are you gonna pay your bill today? That's what that's about. But if we're not having a different kind of conversation, and if we're not starting early, like Stephanie said, some of these conversations were not had. Man, listen, my grandmother, she was a saver. She worked. I remember her working 3 jobs at one time. I was like, why my grandma work so hard? And then she had 2, and eventually she went to 1, and then she retired. But for years, I remember she worked at the school, she worked at Chrysler, and then she worked for the city of Detroit. She did that for years. And my grandmother saved money. She always had money. Now, unfortunately, those were not conversations that we had. So I only know that she did it. I don't know how she did it. So we got to have those conversations with our children, with the children that are around us. We got to start having a different conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, so I told you guys I'm going to share some stats with you, but before I do, you guys make sure you're sharing the broadcast because people need to hear this, because I am dropping some knowledge for you guys tonight, like we always do. Hopefully we don't disappoint. I know we don't. And for some odd reason, I'm not able to see you guys on Periscope. I don't know what's going on with Periscope. I see nobody. I know you're here because I see hearts and I just don't see people. Oh, now. Okay. Hold on. I don't know. Something was wrong just a minute ago. I had a weird button
Yeah, they're
too.
there.
Yeah, hey, y'all, hey, okay. Now we're back to normal. It had me like if I pressed a live button or something on there. I was like, I'm not touching it, but I wasn't seeing you guys. Okay, good. So, here we go. You guys know that African American women, period, or Black women make the least amount of money, period. However, we run the world. So when that song came out, who run this world? We run this world. We spend the most money. And think about that. How can that possibly be? We make the least amount, but we spend the most. Makes no sense, right? Here's some data for you. By the year 2053, the wealth gap that's already huge, versus our counterparts, our wealth will be at zero. As a collective, as a whole, the Black wealth will be at zero. And they've researched this. I'm telling you, the research in it is phenomenal. I love research. So I'm reading through, and they did such a great job. They were connecting it to other research. So I'm going to go a step further. So as I was reading, and as nosy as I am, I started looking into the other research pieces that were attached to this one. And in looking at that, it also explained that it would take us over 200 years to even close the gap. 200 years to close the gap. This is why we're coming to you now, telling you what we know now, so that you can start doing what you need to do to set yourself up for success. One of the things that you can start doing, mamas, aunties, my dears, y'all cooking out of y'all kitchen, all the spaghetti and fish dinners, all the taco salad plates that you're making and selling out of your house, turn that into a business. Why? Why do you need to create a business entity? So that you can get the tax benefit from using your kitchen, from selling the food, from any purchase related to what you are doing. You're literally giving your money away. You might think in your mindset, oh, this is a fundraiser, or I'm just, raising some money for my grandkids to go here and there, or auntie is raising money so I can send my niece and nephew on their senior trip. Guys, you're losing money. Yes, it's a smart idea. Yes, it's actually a phenomenal idea and wonderful to support family. However, you still are losing money because we're not being smart. We're not being strategic about it. A wise person told me that you have everything but own nothing. Have everything but own absolutely nothing. And what that message was saying to me, if you have a business entity, there's some things that you can do with that. Without it, you can never do. That includes your house. Guys, listen to me when I'm telling you. That includes your car. Have everything, but own nothing. That includes your clothes. Y'all just don't know. This is what they don't tell you. This is what you will find in books if you go read that are on those bookshelves that T. Marie just mentioned. These are things that at certain levels, they start unlocking these nuggets to you, telling you about these. This is what you can do, and this is how you can do it. But you got to start somewhere. And so, we're supporting Black Girl Coins right now, right? So you need to go to buyblackandpink.com, buyblackandpink.com, all together, buyblackandpink.com. And we're having a conference, guys. We want you to come. And guess what? You get to pay whatever you want to come because we want you to be there. You pay whatever you want and come get this knowledge. Come get connected. I mean, that's a starting point. If you want to know where to start, you don't know where to start, how to start, come to this conference. It's going to be a 7-day social media virtual conference, and you get to pay what you want to pay to join us. So go check it out. Go check it out. T.
Yes, indeed. You want to go to that link, buyblackandpink.com. You see it on the screen. Hey, Dr. Cynthia, thanks for joining. You definitely want to be a part of that and to pay what you want, and if you register as a vendor, you'll be a part of the directory that's being created. And so then you'll have hundreds of thousands of people having access to your information. That in and of itself is worth the price. So don't hesitate to go www.buyblackandpink.com so you can be a part of that. So yes, we have got to be alarmed by those statistics. No longer, and I mean, I get it. Sometimes life feels like I'll never get to more. Will there ever be more? I understand, because at a point in my life, and I'm surrounded by some pretty successful people, even before getting into the community. My friends, college educated, got their dream jobs, buying houses, having families and all that. So I've been surrounded by those kind of people, and that's good, but nobody was really talking about just the basics. To me, that's just like basic. Everybody should be able to have the education opportunity that they want. And if it's not presented to you, you got to take it. It's time out for looking for a handout. Yes, sometimes you do need some things for free. Yes, sometimes you do need some things that are given to you. But at a point, I'm not going to go on no tyrant about pull yourself up by your bootstraps, because, okay, whatever. That might not be your situation, and that might not be how it comes for you. But you got to make a determination that you want more. And what does more look like? More is going to look like something different for all of us. But until you decide, I'm going to do more, I'm going to have more, then you're going to stay stuck in the same situation. Until I said, y'all know I get on this I'm about to be, how many days? I think I'm a couple weeks from it now. My 24th anniversary with the government, and ain't got my 20-year award. Yeah, I'm still mad about it. I want my 20-year award before I leave. Doggone it. I do. But nonetheless, your path is going to be your path. But at a point, you should get tired of just the same old same home. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking about me, because I'm just like, there's more. And when you see that there's more for your life, you should want that for everybody that's in your life, at least those people that are important in your life. I know for some of the people in my life, I'm like, oh, I don't want to see you struggle anymore. I don't want to see you spinning your wheels. I don't want to see you bumping your head against the wall, when there's a better way. There's another way. There's a better way that's going to lead to your dreams. Yes, you got to fall. You got to scrape your knee. You might even have to hit that brick wall. Ladies, if you married or have been married, sometimes you got to let that, here come the relationship coach. Sometimes you got to let that man bust his head wide open on the wall that you told him was there, but he ain't paying you no attention. And so you just got to say, well, I hope he don't get a concussion. Because he's running 200 miles per hour toward that brick wall. Sometimes you're going to hit the wall and you might even knock yourself out. But the thing is, you can't stay down. Pick yourself up. Try something different. I think we probably all have made some decisions and spent some money on some stuff that we thought was going to propel us forward, and it didn't. But that doesn't mean you stop. That means that you got to be a little more wise next time you make that decision to spend those coins, you know? So Bit.ly, no, we ain't going Bit.ly. So used to doing that. www.blackgirlcoins.com. Go to that link, register so you can be a part of the conversation. I do know that, well, at least at the 9 o'clock hour, Coach Danielle was talking about doing a $1 trillion vision session this week. So if I were you, I wouldn't miss that. I wouldn't miss it at all, because when she speaks, listen, I don't know what people say, but the thing that I do know is she is anointed for money. She is anointed to share ideas. She see it in her sleep. She can do it in her sleep. That's some anointing, some anointment or something. she got that gift. But guess what? She's paid the price. She has done the work. She has read the book. She has gone out there, bumped her head, came on back, put the band-aid on and kept it moving, tried and tried until she knows what works and what's successful. And if I were you, I would just kind of latch on to what we talking about, because it's real. It definitely is real. So I was going to say Bit.ly, because listen, you still have an opportunity to register for the grant. So we talking about coins. Come on, get these grant coins so you can take your business to the next level, so you can start a new business, so you can get certified maybe in the area that you've already been operating in, sort of, kind of, as a hobby or something. No, come get the certification. There are 12 certifications. Bit.ly/free women 2020, Bit.ly/free women 2020. And as a matter of fact, Coach gave out the link for the application, because if I just skip past that, go apply, get your interview done, and come on over, especially for those of y'all, because it's some of y'all that watch. Some of y'all that watch for years. Some of y'all that's been watching for months, and there's something different going on over here. So quit dragging your feet. Quit saying, oh, I don't know if I want to do that just yet. Stop. Because if you keep that conversation going, you gonna look up and it's gonna be June. What is it? June 24th, 2021, and you still talking about the same thing. Reruns are good on TV sometimes. Steph?
Yeah. Wow. So, hey, there's nothing to it but to do it, right? So what you need to understand is never too late. I don't care how old you are. It's never too late to start something. Don't think, oh, I'm too old, or I've got too many obligations, or there's just no way possible. With that kind of mindset, yeah, that you're absolutely right either way. However, do know it's not too late. You still have enough time. If you're breathing, you have enough time to get things going, get it up and moving, and get started. But you got to get connected to the right people. You do have to have a voice of wisdom. You've got to have some coaching. You've got to seek out. And this part of your research. It's part of you searching for that. You can't think that you're going to wake up one day and just know how to generate wealth. It's going to take you some time. Now, you can shorten that time frame by many days if you get yourself connected. Now, you can do it by yourself, but it will take you quite some time. And it will take you a lot of trials and probably more errors than trials. Okay? But it will take you a while to get where you need to go. Me, I need to fast pace this thing. I don't want to wait forever. I don't want to be hitting my head up against the wall 50 million times. It hurts. It doesn't feel good to me. And so I want to get next to wisdom. I want to get next to people who are doing what I want to do. I want to continue to talk about it because I never grew up talking about these kinds of things. Multiple streams of income. What is that? What does that look like? For real, for real. Because you can't end up with a whole bunch of multiple mess. But so what does real multiple streams of income look like? How does someone create that, generate that? Those are the kinds of conversations that intrigue me. Oh, what's my next investment? Hello. Now that you have some money, because that's the other thing. Once you do start your business, once you do come up and come into some money, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to manage it, invest it, and make it multiply for you to make it easier for you, even easier than what you're trying to strive to do now? Because I'm telling you, I want to make money when I'm sleeping. I want to make money when I'm eating. I want to make money when I'm in the shower. I want to make money when I'm out playing. I want to make money when I'm sitting out on the beach drinking a margarita. That's the kind of lifestyle that I want. But there takes some resources and it takes people and it takes knowledge to figure those things out. And again, it goes back to that piggy bank statement I made earlier on. It goes back to you starting to save those little coins. Stop trying to spend that money. Stop trying to get the diarrhea of the hands and you feel like every time something hits your hand, you got to let it go. Now, do I understand about bill paying? Do I understand about living paycheck to paycheck? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. But even through that, there's still room for you to start saving some of those. You don't have to go get such and such a gift because she brought you a gift for your homecoming or whatever, your new house. Somebody had a baby. You feel like you got to go buy Pampers. No, ma'am. No, sir. Not this time. You send your blessing. People do understand. People do. You better act like when they pass the plate at church for collection. You know how you put your hand on it, say a prayer. Right? Because you're on a mission. You're on a mission. And you can say what everybody said. God knows your heart. God knows exactly what you were doing. He knew what you started to do and what you were going to do and what you were thinking before you did. So go on and put your hand on the plate. Say a little prayer. And keep it moving. Start saving your pennies. You don't have to give everything to everyone. Now, once you start saving it, what are you going to do with it? That's where it comes into you thinking about investment. And I'm going to tell you a nice piece of investment would be to find a coach, find someone, and do your research, guys. I encourage you guys to find someone that you know without a shadow of a doubt is like the real deal, the legit person. Not somebody taking pictures in front of somebody else's Mercedes or Bugatti. Not someone that's posing in front of a museum that you think is their mansion. Not somebody that's out there photoshopping beaches behind their pictures. No, I'm talking about somebody that you know for real, has made the money, they have the receipts to show you, and are not offended when you ask. Because that's like you interview. I mean, if I'm going to spend money with someone, you're going to get interviewed because you're not just going to get my money just because you think you deserve it and I think I should just give it. No, that's not how that's going to work. If I'm going to make an investment in my learning, in my education, and getting a coach and getting into a community, I'm going to research, and I think it's due an interview. I think you have every right to ask as many questions as you desire until you feel settled in your soul that this is where I need to be and this is the coach that is for me. Because I'm going to tell you, some of these are out there. They won't answer your questions or they can't answer your questions. and they don't have the receipts, because that's one of the questions. How do I know you're the real deal? What are your receipts? What do you have? And it has to be receipts where you can go research, because that's another thing. Ooh, that's another thing. You can go on somebody's website and they'll post people on there and put people on like they've done something, put a testimony, test a lion is what they're doing. And you could find that out too. And you don't want to be part of that. And I'm telling you these things because you don't want to. There's so many people that have lost money because they heard somebody, they said somebody could do X, Y, and Z for them. And so they go and they spend their hard-earned money. I don't want that to happen to you. And I'm not saying that if you don't come over in our community, that's fine, but I'm giving you tips so that you can find the right person. What I can say is where we are, we have receipts. Where we are, it is the real deal. Where we are, we have a community of like-minded folk. Where we are, we have businesses that start up every day. People are getting help on how to start their business, getting connected with people, taxes. I mean, there's so many different pieces to it that one person doing it by yourself, you can't. It's kind of impossible. It'll take you forever trying to figure out all the pieces to the puzzle. Coach did a live on that about 7 pieces to your success. It was in general, it was dealing with social media, but if you just even took just the 7 pieces to the puzzle that she discussed, you can put that in any aspect of business. And, that's how many of the pieces that it takes. And for one person to try to manage all those different pieces and try to be the expert in all those, that's impossible. It's impossible. But you need to be with someone that can walk you through that and tell you who to connect and how and when. That's another thing. It's the when. So yeah, I want to start my business because I've been doing hair, out of my kitchen. And now, I'm really good at it. I've gone ahead and I've done the education. Just received my license, so I'm good, right? I'm legit. And so now I want to take it to the next level. Well, how do I do that? How do I start my own business? How do I even start? Do I want a brick and mortar right off? Or when do I decide to move into a building? When do I rent? All of these pieces that a lot of people don't talk about as far as business is concerned, not in your normal or not in your regular circles, especially if you're around people who are unfamiliar with how to start businesses. So that's why it's important that you get connected with people that are doing business, that do know about businesses. And their first start, it's coming to a conference that's going to introduce ideas to you, show you possibilities. I mean, and encourage you to be the best you can possibly be right now and taking that next step into entrepreneurship. So make sure that you go to www.buyblackandpink.com. Again, buyblackandpink.com, representing, of course, buying Black, but also our women business owners and supporting them. So I encourage you. And again, the best part is you get to pay what you choose to pay for it. How about that? How about that? So you save that money on that collection plate. You said your prayer. Now it's time to use your pennies. Just saying. Just saying. T.
Ooh, you said your prayer. Now it's time to use your pennies. All right. That is so good. So listen, share this broadcast with someone if you haven't already done so. I know it's the wee hours of the morning, but that's okay. If you're viewing here live, it's okay. You can watch the replay and it'll be just like you're here with us now. But more importantly, you want to share this information with someone. Like our sister Jennifer King always says, it took one share of the broadcast to free her from a job from 33 years. So listen, Stephanie talked about receipts. We got receipts over here, like seriously. We have a community of women, even up until today, somebody receiving money from the CARES Act. You don't know what you don't know. Like Stephanie said, you can try and figure it out. I know some people trying to figure it out. Nothing has changed. you need a coach, you need some help. And coach will say herself, if I'm not it, then go find it. Whatever it is, but I'll still be here when you come on back because what you thought was it probably won't be. Come on back. And that's not arrogance or anything like that. It's standing in who you are, standing in your authority. And, it's a lot of games out here. Just like in relationship, there's a lot of games going on. In the social media world, there's a lot of games going on, a lot of smoke and mirrors. So you want to avoid that if at all possible. I had my own feelings crushed when I heard about some of the people and their tactics. I was like, her? No. Like, no. I felt like I was falling off a cliff. No, say it ain't so. But one thing I can tell you that it definitely is real over here. The love is real. And I'm not quick to run, jump, and be in nothing. Like seriously. And actually some of the spaces that I find myself in, I'm still to myself because I'm an introvert. My friends don't believe me, but I guess I play one on TV. All right. But I'm not quick to do that. And so it was a little bit of a slow transition just because I'm guarded. I've been hurt so much that, you not that you stand in weight of hurt, but you stand in guard of your heart. That was good. I don't even know if I can repeat that. But you have to be mindful of the company that you keep. That of what you entertain, what goes in your ears and in your heart and through your eyes. What are you looking at? What things are you absorbing to change your life? And sometimes you got to cut people off that's close to you. It's not severed for life. But I'm be honest, some people, it does need to be severed. But when you're going to the next level, when you're trying to get the next thing, everybody can't go with you. Now, that might be a hard reality for some people, but it's so true. You have to surround yourself with people that are going where you're going. You got to be in a place where you're following someone who has already attained what it is that you're trying to attain. And whatever that looks like for you, it might not be seven figures, but guess what? Even if I don't ever get seven figures, I will. But even if I don't, I'm so much better than I was in some of the places that I've been. And that in and of itself is priceless. No indictment. No, you don't nobody tell nobody. No indictment on the church. I got a prophetic word. How many years ago? You're gonna be a millionaire. Yes, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Now what? And that's how I felt. Like, okay, I agree with you and God. I'm gonna be a millionaire. How do I get there? You don't know what you don't know. My job ain't ever making me a millionaire. So what? That means that I got to do something different. I got to go somewhere else to seek the information. And I don't know what the Lord is doing, but I know on my platform, because I deal with women who I want to see whole, healed, and well. And it requires having that knowledge in those areas that you don't have it. So finance is important. Don't tell me to read a scripture and don't tell me how to apply it to my life. There has to be more, and you have to put yourself in a situation so that you can actualize it. Because without the work. Faith without works is dead. So what about the works? What work should you be doing?
Right.
What work should you be doing to get where you want to be? And if you don't know, then you need help. You need a coach. Yes, we push needing a coach because guess what? No area of your life do you find that you don't need someone to teach you. Even if you
Mhm.
start a new job, even if it's the same in the same industry, there's going to be some level of training that you have to take. So there's always going to be somebody over you. There's always going to be somebody who imparts into you, who shares with you or pulls stuff out of you so that you can go to the next level. And even when you're an entrepreneur, you should still have someone who is mentoring you or coaching you or, that person who can help you go to that next place. So
Mhm.
go to so that you can register for our upcoming expo, www.buyblackandpink.com. But listen, if you want to be a part of this conversation, Black Girl Coins, go to www.blackgirlcoins.com so that you can get the information and you can be a part of the special session we're having at the end of the week, by the weekend.
Well, all right, all right, all right. Hey, I got a story. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all know I got plenty of stories always. Y'all ready for a story right now? It's a whole bunch of foolishness now that I think about it. But so let me make this analogy first, so then it'll make sense later. So I had a friend I was just talking to. Now I don't eat cereal often, but I just happened to be eating cereal this day, and it was Frosted Flakes. And she said, "Oh, they don't make Frosted Flakes anymore the way they used to. They're thin and all." And I just looked at it and I said, "Well, I don't know any different." I said, "Growing up, we ate the generic stuff, so I don't know what the difference is." And she fell out laughing, because to me, I'm like, they Frosted Flakes, they taste good. And even back then, growing up, whatever they were, Frosted Fakes, we ate them. And they tasted good to me then. I didn't know no different because I didn't have Frosted Flakes, right? And so I'm saying that to say, when I got into entrepreneurship and started seeking and researching, remember I told you you can do a whole bunch of mess. You can do I thought in my mind, in my head, you get what you pay for. Now, I do believe that, but I was to the extreme. So much so that I spent more money seeking the knowledge than I did putting it into my business. Someone who is wise or whom you're seeking to help you find yourself and figure this out would counsel you through that. They will tell you, they will be upfront and honest with you and tell you whether you need certain things and whether you don't, or this is what you need and this is how much it's going to cost. When I say I spent a lot of money, in retrospect now, I could have probably easily 5 businesses by now. Easily, easily. But I thought I had to have the best, and I'm not going to name names because these are people that y'all know. Y'all see them on the internet, y'all see them on advertisements, y'all see them in magazines. They have tons of books. And I'm not just talking about one, I'm talking about 3. Because I was trying to find it all. Just like, I can't think of the Explorer right now, trying to find the Fountain of Youth off the top of my head. That's what I was trying to do, but I was trying to find the Fountain of Wealth. I had it so bad I needed to know what they knew. And I'm like, well, why didn't anybody tell me before now? So I was on a hunt, but on that hunt, it was a whole bunch of foolishness because I should have really just sat back and really thought it through before I started spending money in places that I probably shouldn't have. And it was hard-earned money, guys. It's money that I had saved for a long time that I thought, okay, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to go for the gusto and I'm going to get all this education. And that's the other thing. When you're researching and you're looking for some wisdom, and I'm telling you to have them show you some receipts, make sure there's some kind of follow through. Make sure in those receipts that there are examples of a person that they've walked through from the beginning to the end, and that they're testifying, their testimony, not testifying on anything, but really telling you the truth about how they did it and how quickly they excelled at being whatever that they are doing, whatever that they were doing. Because I'm gonna tell you, that will cut a lot of people out of the game. That will that will hopefully guide your decision. But there are a lot of things that you don't need that people think that you need right away to get started. You need to know that you don't need all that stuff. You need to know that, hey, you need to stay focused on one thing. See, I went out and I bought 3 or 4 different things. No, you need to stay focused on one thing and excel at that. Learn that, work it, and then wash, rinse, and repeat that. Because once you learn a wealth strategy, that's exactly what you do. And if you really learn about 5 percenters and the 1 percenters, that's exactly what they do. They just shift the business. It doesn't matter what the product or the service is, the systems and the strategy is the same. And once you learn how to generate wealth, you will always know how to generate wealth. You will see money in places you've never seen before. It just starts showing up. You're looking at a newspaper, drinking your coffee or your tea in the morning, and you'll just start seeing money. Whatever you're reading, you're just going to start seeing, oh. But you will have to get focused, and you need that help from someone to get you focused that will ward off all of the little shiny object syndromes that we all tend to have, but that will write you in the right direction as far as your business, your passion, how you want to serve people. What is it that you want to do? So go to I can't even talk now. Buy Black and Pink. That is like a tongue twister. Buyblackandpink.com. Again, buyblackandpink.com. Get involved in this conference. Come learn. It's 7 days. Who does a 7-day conference and allow you to choose what you're going to pay for it? Let me tell you this, another thing. So when I told you it was a whole bunch of foolery, so all that money that I spent, let me tell you how mad I am now that I'm in the community that I'm in. And I've been in this community for it's going on 4 years now. All the women that I'm connected to know more and have done more than what I paid for. I wished I would have saved my money and I'd have given it to them. Because when I tell you we have one of the baddest real estate queens ever, and I know a lot of real estate folk. I'm connected to a lot of real estate folk. She is bad to the bone, and very no nonsense. Tells you, she shoots straight from the hip. She'll tell you exactly what you need and what you don't need. This is how you invest. This is how you figure this out. Some of these things they don't share with you, like how to start your business, where to go, how to create an LLC, all that stuff. I'm telling you, I spent money, lots of money to get those things created, generated, the paperwork, the whole nine, I got this whole thick binder like this. Guys, I didn't need all that. I didn't need it, but I didn't know. I was going with name brand. I thought I had to have it. I didn't. I did not. And so the foolery began, y'all. And it took me a good 2 years to get out of it. All of that mess to try to figure it out. And it was one day I was scrolling through it, and I don't know. My Facebook, when I was scrolling, it scrolled past this bald head Black woman, and her mouth was open like that. Because I hadn't clicked play on it. You know how somebody's face looks stuck? And I'm like, whoo, she looked angry. So that's why I went by her. But then some curiosity killed this cat because I was like, "Ooh, let me go back. I want to know what she's talking about. Why is she? What's going on?" Because I didn't even read the caption. I hit play, and I'm still on play right now. 4 years later, I'm still on play. It was the best move I made when it comes to business and it comes to knowing how to do things and how to do it with integrity, but without all the mess and the BS that other people tell you need to be doing. And be legitimate in it. So go again to www.buyblackandpink.com. Choose your price to participate in this 7-day virtual conference. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? If you're busy, because we do know people have 9 to 5s, you'll get the replays. Guess what? You'll be connected. You can go watch it. But you got to come in. You got to come in. You got to go to buyblackandpink.com. T.
That is some good stuff. Listen, guys, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. If you want to be a vendor and promote your business, we're going to have virtual vendors where you can go and purchase their products. They're going to be spotlighted throughout the expo. I mean, it's going to be something like you've never seen before, because that's kind of how we do it over here. But the bottom line is helping women in particular get those coins. So buyblackandpink.com, you want to go there so that you can register, like Stephanie said, be a part of the expo. I mean, it's going to be an incredible thing, and it is preceding, a day that represents solidarity among the community. So what better way than to buy black and pink? So so we're happy that you're here. Listen, go ahead and share the broadcast if you have not done so already to our Periscope peeps. Hey, 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 we see y'all. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing the broadcast. Y'all look quiet over there. Y'all look quiet. Well, it's all right. Y'all viewing, y'all watching, y'all on it. But y'all quiet, and Facebook is a little, I don't know, a little quiet tonight too, but that's okay. We appreciate you, whether you're watching us live now or watching the replay. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Please share the broadcast and don't miss these conversations. Black Girl Coins, listen, hashtag Black Girl Coins, having this conversation this week. Today was the first day, so you're in for a treat. You're going to experience a life-changing conversation about women and their wealth. And this is just the start of it. So go to www.blackgirlcoins.com so that you can register. You don't want to miss anything. Don't miss a minute of it. And find out more information about all of the things that we have upcoming. And for those of you who have not completed your process for the Free Women Grant, listen, you're about to miss out. Like, seriously, we are shutting it down pretty soon, and you do not want to miss that conversation. Thank you so much. Let's reset. Thank you for being with us on Facebook. We appreciate you.
Sam Treasure's asking, how do I avoid the IRS? Oh, this is where CJ needs to be here. She needs to be here.
She just pinged me. Well, we're not the tax professionals. She's not with us tonight, but listen, what I want you to do is come back tomorrow night. I'm sure she's gonna be here, and she can give you some more pointed information. But the bottom line is you need to have a professional help you so that you can avoid IRS, show you how and what to do with your money, how to structure your business if you have a business, and get you some tax loopholes. That's one of her specialties, tax loopholes. But she's legit. Your lawyer dropped you. Oh wow. Well, come on back. Come on back. Be a
Hmm.
part of be a part of the conversation so that you can get the information and get your question answered because we want to answer your question. But you know, Stephanie and I wouldn't dare
Hmm.
give you advice in that area. Now, you want to know something about love? I could probably tell you a little bit about that. But you want to know something about career, climbing the career ladder? Stephanie can tell you about that. But come on back tomorrow night, like seriously, and join us, and we'll make sure that we get your question answered. So, Steph, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was great.
Absolutely.
And
So,
great question, Sam. And I do hope you come back
mhm,
tomorrow. And let me put this out there. You can't avoid the IRS, but there are things that you can put in place that will cushion you and protect you
right.
from, yeah, from the IRS and where you'll come out on top. And as far as lawyers are concerned, when you get them involved in whatever, you're going to have to pay a hefty price for it. No, 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 ma'am. The girl, the coins. No, it's not a new cryptocurrency. Not at all. We're just talking about money,
Yeah.
women and money.
Can she help with structuring a trust? It's possible. I can't speak for all areas of her expertise. I know that she's helped me with my business and she does my taxes. So that I do know, but she probably does. I mean, she's experienced and well versed.
Hmm.
So, but come on back with us. Let's reset. And you're a part of our community, if I'm not mistaken. I think you were part of the grant group or part of the session that Coach did Sunday night. So you can get your question answered. And I'll tell her to reach out to you. So but we're gonna get out of here. Again, we appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the broadcast. Please share the broadcast if you have not already done so. And we look forward. Listen, join us back tomorrow night. We are here in the midnight-ish hour Central Standard Time. It's 1 o'clock Easternish. So we appreciate you. Okay, let's reset. I thought so. So yeah, I'll make sure she reaches out to you. So come on back and join us tomorrow night. You know, it just depends on what's happening that day. But we're excited. Listen, this Wednesday is today is Wednesday.
Hmm.
So tonight we meet with the Free Women Grant recipients for our meet and greet tonight. They're gonna meet the coaches. So again, if you're not part of that process, you're interested, go to bit.ly/Free Women 2020. If you started the process and then finish it, you better hurry up because you're gonna miss
Right.
out. Point blank, period. And I don't want to miss out on $1 million if I have an opportunity to be a part of it. So, all right, you guys, we will see you soon. Have a great, awesome day, awesome morning, awesome afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. We love you guys. See ya.